I know.
Which means that when you get to England that you'll work and then just pay me back, so it's fine. Why should I pay for everything? Yeah.
My money is your money is my money, so what's the point?
Ooh-wee.
It's £5 grand.
Yeah, I know.
I think that you should be giving us back at least something for the fact that I'm working my actual backside off.
Can I use all of your money?
Just to pay for it, all of it. What do you mean all of it? I haven't got any. Why do you think I'm working?
I mean, listen, if gaslighting was a thing, this guy is, or is a thing, but if gaslighting had a name, I think in this situation it's called Ali. Like, man is moving mad. He's not even taking this conversation seriously. But at the same time, though, is she right to say to him, hey, so once we get you to the UK, when you get a job, you can then start paying me back? I mean, listen, it depends on how you want to look at it. Okay, 5K is a lot of money, 100%. But she's the one who's choosing to work extra hours to be able to earn money to get him to the UK. And at the end of the day, because of that, expecting him to want to give her money back for all of her hard work, it's a bit of a wild one still. I mean, look at it this way. The bottom line is she's got options. The option is either one, she works overtime to get the 5K to get him to the UK, or he works to get himself there. And she does know that it's an option, but the only thing is though, waiting for him to save up the money would take a whole lot longer than it to take her to wait to save the money. And that's why she's putting herself in a position to actually do it. So therefore, technically speaking, is she really in the right to say to him, hey, so once you get a job in the UK, you're then going to pay me back? I don't think so. And to be fair, let's be real. Really and truly, when you're in a relationship, I don't really believe I don't believe in borrowing money from your partner personally, because at the end of the day, when you're in a relationship, you're both going to be spending money on each other all the freaking time, tick for tack. Now listen, of course, there's a chance that somebody else will be spending more money than the other person. That's just the way life can be sometimes. It's not necessarily due to income. Sometimes it just works that way. Do you see what I'm saying? So really and truly, I would say that personally, her approach in asking him to pay her back, yeah, in my opinion, it doesn't scream a sign of a healthy relationship, if anything. But all I can say is, why work the hours if you're going to expect him to pay you back? But at the same time, though, does she have a reason of why she wants him to pay him back? Let's find out, because maybe there just is an agenda behind this.
Why do you actually want to come to England?
It's like better than Turkey.
Are you coming to England for me? Or are you coming to England for yourself?
Both.
See, here's the thing, he messed up big time when he said his first answer. His first answer should have been because I'm coming for you. But obviously, even in the second answer, he still said both. Really and truly, he just didn't make her feel special. In fact, he didn't make her feel like as if she's good enough. In fact, he didn't even give her the reassurance that she was looking for. Because right now, she's got a whole lot of people in her ears telling her that this man is here using you and he's not being genuine. And also, she's got a friend telling her that Turkish men are known for this behavior. So really and truly, reassurance is one of the areas that he really should have done in this time. But instead of doing that, my man over here decided to be a smart ass and say both. In fact, the fact that she had to ask him whether or not it's coming from her, that's not a good thing. But hey, some people are just born stupid. But we continue.
Is this on my foot? What? Why? Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Shut up then. Get to your fucking point.
Very romantic, babe. You are the... Oh my God.
Ah, where?
Now, I will say that her attitude wasn't great. Attitude should have been better. I mean, at the end of the day, the way she chose to speak to Ali in the end was just unacceptable. But here's the thing though, why would she do this? It's clear that she's having signs of where she's feeling as if this relationship isn't going the direction that she needs to go into. It's clear that she's now feeling the pressures of having to earn this 5K. It's clear that she's now feeling the pressures of the fact that he may not be with her for her. But here's the thing though, before even going out, she complained about how she didn't want him to be on his phone when they were out together. Meanwhile, they go out together, then what does she do? She grabs her phone, goes on FaceTime and starts speaking to one of her friends. She goes, it's only for 5 minutes, but either way though, if these two, and the crazy thing is when they went out, they were having a great time. Why have a great time and then all of a sudden pull out your phone to speak to your friend? Clearly your great time isn't that great then, isn't it? And to be fair, at the same time, it is clear that she's obviously drunk at this moment in time, completely wasted. you know. So it doesn't help the situation. But for her to be aggressive with the pushing, there's no need to be aggressive with her tone, with her voice, with the things that's coming out. There's not needed. But like I said before, clearly she's now having issues with whether or not she trusts this man or not. And if she's gonna have issues with whether or not she trusts him, well, then it's time for her to start thinking about what she really wants moving forward. Because at the end of the day, there's no point of her stressing herself out to the point where she's now going to start being abusive towards him, if you dig what I'm saying. But hey, this is what happens in life when people make choices that makes them think, maybe I'm being used. If she feels like that, and all this voice that she's hearing and now started sinking, maybe it's time to bounce rather than stay in it for the long haul. But nonetheless though, let's check out the next couple.
Here for money, you need anything?
Tomorrow I have time to make my teeth.
Okay, I will send you some money.
So we've got a new couple this week, a new couple here, and straight off the bat, we're hearing my man here, Tony. Yes, Tony and Nua. And you hear him at the beginning talking about, do you want me to send you any money? He's with a woman that's from Thailand, or is it Philippines? I think it's Thailand. If I got that wrong, I do apologize. But right now, obviously, he's put himself in a position now where he believes that being financially responsible for her by his choice is a good thing. That's why he's offering her money. And it's funny because he said he puts himself in this situation as if it's a good thing, but then later on, things develop in a different way. Let's get into how they develop.
You know now, like...
Well, I met her just over a year ago.
How many times have you seen her?
Well, and that's the thing, all in all, probably about 4 times. Been married.
That's just the beginning. He's only seen her 4 times over the year. But
before, she's got 2 kids. Married before, she's got 2 kids.
What?
She's been married before, which isn't a bad thing. She's got 2 kids, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But from our history of watching 90 Day Fiancé across the board, anytime someone from the UK or even from the States ends up in a relationship with somebody from Thailand who's got kids, well, we all know how that story ends. That person usually is always being used for their money. And the relationship never ends up really going to the places that it needs to go to. But hey, Tony over here, somebody who's got experience of even working in the government, you'd think, you know, he'd be a bit more cautious. And also Tony's known for being a bit of a playboy. But hey, all of a sudden now he's been wooed by this woman all the way from Thailand because, well, I guess maybe something about her is great. It was great.
So she's got 2 kids. Like...
Been seen her that long, but I'm going to propose to her.
Let's just go back to the friend's face there. That face says it all. If your friend is giving this face after you say you're going to propose to someone, oh boy, that's not a good sign. But really and truly, when you tell your friends and family that you're going to propose to someone, usually they're happy for you. But when they're giving you this face, hey, it tells you that clearly there's something that you're not seeing that they're seeing. But interesting enough, though, what he says next, Tony, very fascinating.
And then he moved to Thailand. He built her a house. The house was built, and the girl had everything that she wanted. Suddenly, her attitude changed.
So he's aware of somebody he knows. Okay, somebody he knows who also was in love with a woman from Thailand. They got married. They were together for several years. He moved over there because, you know, moving to the UK wasn't really an option. So therefore, as you heard, built a house there, and then boom, bam, once everything was built and she got everything that she wanted, everything went completely downhill. I want to know is, why doesn't Tony think that this may happen? This won't happen to him? Because he's also expressed that if he's unable to get Nua to the UK, well, then he's going to happily move all the way to Thailand, which means he would end up having to leave his job, leave a lot of things that obviously that's key to him. So basically he's going to sacrifice, which, listen, if he wants to do that, that is fine. But at the same time, though, you got to be careful. But I will say this, the only thing that makes Nua different to anyone else I've ever seen before from Thailand or the Philippines, okay, when it comes to being the show, is that based on the home that she lives in, she lives at a home with her mum and her kids, but based on the home that she lives in, she lives in a very, very nice house, to be fair. She doesn't live in the houses that we're used to seeing being portrayed by 90 Day Fiancé, the ones where, you know, the roof is a bit like this. And listen, you all know what we're used to seeing this time. We're all used to what they show us, you know what I mean, and what they don't show us. But her house is very modern. It's very well done, to be fair. So to be fair, though, I feel like that could be a positive, that maybe she's not having to use him for his money, and maybe she generally has genuine intentions. I would say that the fact that her mum is also making sure that that Tony has, but the mum said as long as he loves your children, then everything's okay. But here's the thing though, sometimes we do get some family members who do come in, they do say positive things, but it doesn't mean necessarily that it really means anything. Do you see what I'm saying? But sometimes people can just be a part of the act, if you dig what I'm saying. But either way though, I hope for Tony's sake that he's not putting himself in a sticky situation. But for somebody that's only been with someone, for somebody who's been with someone for a year but only seen them 4 times, which I believe he said results to a total of like for about a month within the year, wanting to get married to that person is a wild thing. I really want to know what's so special about Niwa, if you ask me personally. But either way, like I said before, that she does have something completely different, and her living situation right now isn't exactly bad like others. It's actually quite great. So maybe she's a genuine one. But hey, it is only their first episode, so we got to see how their storyline develops, because obviously right now it is very, very early. But with that being said, let's get into the next couple.
Little thing, my brother found a photo of you in a hotel with another boy.
Oh, you are in for one hell of a freaking reckoning here. Let's get into it. Boom, bam.
Actually, he did it before. He played on the application something, and I feel like,
You went
why
to dating us.
like to stupid liar?
When somebody tries to play the victim and then it turns out that the person that was planning to play victim is really the villain.
How many times I caught you? How many times?
Exactly, that's why I stopped using it, because I know you can catch me.
Make that make sense. So I stopped going on apps to meet other men because I knew you'd catch me. Wow, talk about reassuring. The fact that Sprite doesn't even pick up on that line is wild to me. That straight away would have told me, whoa, hold on a minute. So basically you're not happy with me. Basically you still want to find other people, but you're only not doing it because you know I'll find out. To be fair, at that point, I'll be questioning if there's other ways you've been finding men without me finding out, if you dig what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, we know that Johnny Boy likes to go out for a drink. He likes to go out to the pub. So who knows what he's doing when he goes out late at night. You know what I'm saying?
But I can't believe that Sprite is bringing this up in front of my sister.
I can't believe that you told your sister about Sprite. How about that? Hypocrite.
This must be something we should talk about in private. I just downloaded it out of boredom, but I wasn't using it.
Make that make sense. If I said to you, hey, babe, I downloaded an app for dating because I was bored, but I was never going to actually do anything with it, would you believe me? If you did, you're an idiot. Would you stay with me? If you did, you're an idiot. Because that means that your self-esteem for yourself is that low that you accept BS for me. No one's self-esteem, no one's self-respect, no one's self-love, self-care should be that low that you're going to be able to tolerate that type of answer. So the fact that some of the things that Johnny's saying, or in fact everything that he's saying is gone over Sprite's head, is quite concerning. It tells me that either one, he doesn't really care because he just wants to get to the UK, or 2, maybe what he's saying just isn't translating right now. Boy, those things are deal breakers, not red flags, deal breakers.
I caught you 4 times, but I talked to you like 2nd time, and then we promised that we're not gonna do it again.
And then you find out that he's caught him 4 times. 4 times. And he's promised not to do it again, but he's done it 4 times. How are you going to trust someone not to do something again if you've done it 4 times? Let's be real. John has 1000% in my eyes gone out there and cheated on you multiple times. Whilst you've been at home in your country, he's been here. Let me not say that out loud, but you get what I'm saying.
It's your nature.
But the fact that Sprite actually said that this is your nature tells me that he obviously does acknowledge what is being said. So he's basically saying that it's your nature to be going out there, being bored, and to do a madness. And yet Sprite is still here. That is crazy. Which tells me that maybe Sprite is out here doing his own madness too.
So that's why I went to that guy.
Picture on his phone, I was heartbroken. It was a nightmare for me.
It was a nightmare for you. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. So Sprite says, listen, the only reason why I went and met that guy was because, you know, I was trying to do a madness, but I didn't do anything in the end because it's not me. I wasn't going to do tick for tack. Whether that's true or not, who knows? But at the end of the day, though, the fact that John is still trying to play victim is crazy. Trying to talk about, I was heartbroken when I saw that. Was you heartbroken those 4 times that you got caught doing a madness on apps? And let's be real, you got caught 4 times, but it doesn't mean it was 4 times. Johnny Boy really does know how to play victim, doesn't he? He really knows how to, you know, make it all about himself. Wow. It's crazy because in the last episode, I believe, Sprite I made it clear that he wasn't exactly happy with the fact that when it comes to Johnny Boy was doing things, or he had planned things for him to do, but the things he had planned him to do were things that John wanted to do and not things that Sprite wanted to do. So therefore, it kind of paints the picture even more about how selfish and how self-centered Johnny is. But hey, with that being said, John, let's see how the season continues for you two. But right now, your relationship is doomed. It's lacking. There's nothing about it that screams trust in my eyes. But hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.